Welcome to this episode of Strawberry Ink. Today we're diving into a heartbreaking case from Jacksonville, Arkansas. One that highlights the devastating consequences that an abusive parent can cause, and the pursuit of justice. This is the story of 2-year-old Braylon Alexander, whose life was cut short tragically in 2008. On the evening of June 30th that year, Braylon Alexander was rushed into the emergency room at the North Metro Medical Center by his mother, Deloise, and her boyfriend, Lekedrin. The boy was unresponsive. Medical staff immediately suspected abuse and contacted the Jacksonville police. Braylon was later transferred to Arkansas Children's Hospital in Little Rock due to the severity of his injuries. Tragically, he passed away the following night. Braylon's injuries were horrifying. Hospital examinations revealed a fractured skull, evidence of a traumatic head injury, internal injuries, possibly caused by violent shaking, and even a hand-shaped mark on his buttocks. These injuries painted a grim picture, one that pointed to abuse. But who was responsible for this horrific act? When questioned by police, the boyfriend, Lekedrin Smith, told stories that changed multiple times. Initially, Smith claimed the child fell and that he attempted mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Then he claimed Braylon had fallen twice, once out of his view. Smith admitted to shaking the child, supposedly to keep him conscious, and said Braylon vomited on him before he attempted resuscitation again. Smith's inconsistent accounts, coupled with the severity of Braylon's injuries, leading Detective Mark Humphreys to seek an arrest warrant. According to police, Smith neglected to contact emergency services. Braylon's condition first became apparent. Instead, it was Braylon's mother, Deloise Alexander, who recognized the gravity of the situation when she arrived home from work to find her son limp and unresponsive. Smith surrendered to the Jacksonville police a few days later, accompanied by his attorney, Ronald Davis Jr., and was charged with capital murder. He arrived at the station around 3 p.m. on the first day of July in 2008, where he was processed. Smith was then booked into the Pulaski County Detention Center. He was released days later after a $300,000 bail was posted for him with the assistance of 2 bond agents. After several preliminary hearings, the case went to trial in 2010, but Smith's defense attorney argued there was no direct evidence of abuse and that someone else could have harmed Braylon. Despite these claims, the evidence of abuse was undeniable. Braylon's injuries told a story that Smith's words could not. The jury was confused and eventually became hung, leading to a mistrial. Prosecutor Terry Ball ordered the case to be retried and had his assistant Kelly Ward take on the case for him. Ball changed Smith's capital murder charge to second-degree murder in order for the next jury to reach a verdict more easily. In the next trial in 2012, as jurors prepared to hear evidence, Smith changed his plea to no contest for second-degree murder. He was sentenced to 30 years in prison. This plea spared the family a prolonged trial, but left the lingering questions about the full truth of what happened that day. This was due to a bargain that was accepted by District Judge Karen Watley. Smith did not admit to his guilt, but was willing to serve a prison sentence anyways. He is currently doing so at the Arkansas State Prison in Wrightsville. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Strawberry Ink. Please share this episode and the podcast to your loved ones. Please have them like and follow it as well. And please, you do that also. I really appreciate your support. Till next time, goodbye.